Now, so we will see what exactly the process builder and what is the use, how it is different from the workflow rule, and what are the various differences available between workflow rule and the process builder, what kind of enhancements, what kind of additional actions that we can do with the help of the process builder, and then how to configure the features to make it automated. We'll see practically in this case. Okay, now. So whenever you are attending the interview, it's a common question, difference between workflow rule and the process builder. Okay, it's a common question nowadays. In some cases, they will give you a small use case, nothing but a small requirement, and they will ask you, please suggest me how can we implement, whether we can go with workflow or whether I can go with process builder. If process builder, why? If not workflow, why? Okay, now. So we have to give the justification also. Okay, why can't we use workflows? Why do we need to go with process builder? Okay, now. So now let's see what exactly the process builder. Before going to the process builder, first of all, we have to understand what are the various limitations that we have in workflow rule. What we can do with the help of workflow rule, what we can't do with the help of workflow rules. You should be aware of that. Okay, now. So then only we can understand what exactly the process builder and how can we overcome the limitations of the workflow rules with the help of this process builder. How to configure by using this point and click options, by using the drag and drop tools. We'll see practically. Okay, now. So now let's see here. First of all, we have to understand the workflow rules. Now, what a workflow rule can do? What a workflow rule can do? What kind of operations we can perform through workflow rules? Okay. By using workflow rules, we can able to automate 4 actions basically. First one is we can send the email notifications to the external email IDs with the required subject, with the required content by using a pre-existing email template. Now, the second one, field update. We can update a field. There we have discussed 2 scenarios. One is we can update the field in the same object. Second one, we can update the field in the parent object also, which are associated with master detail association. Next, third one, we can assign a task record to the user. Okay, with the required subject, with the required description and the status, priority, due date, we can assign some task to the user. The fourth one, outbound message. That means we can send an XML based SOAP message to the external system so that it can able to receive that request. Based on that, it can do the further processing also upon integration. Okay, these are the 4 actions we can automate by using that workflow rule. Now tell me what a workflow rule can't do. Field update limitations. Okay. Now, for example, let me come to that scenario first. Now, let me explain each and every problem inside the workflow rule. The drawbacks of workflow rules. Let me explain one by one. For example, I have a workflow rule on my object. I have a workflow rule. New candidate record creation notification rule. That means what? As soon as whenever I'm creating a new candidate record inside my object, my workflow rule will fire automatically by default. Okay, it will be sending the email notification to that candidate person's email ID. If the candidate person's email ID field value is not null, then it will send the email notification to the candidate. Dear candidate, okay, thanks for showing your interest in our organization positions and your profile has been submitted successfully for the position which was selected. It will send the notifications over here. Okay, it will send the email notification to the people automatically by default. Okay. Now, soon it will send the email notifications to the candidate's email ID automatically by default with a pre-existing email template. Okay, with a pre-existing email template here. It will send the email notification automatically. Now, so now for example, I'm making this workflow rule criteria as created and every time it is edited. Created and every time it is edited. Now, say. That means what? Now when this workflow rule will fire? Upon creation, upon updation. In both the cases, workflow rule will fire. Okay? Now, let me test the functionality here. From now onwards, whenever I'm creating a new candidate record inside my candidate object, automatically the workflow rule will fire. It will be sending the email notification to that candidate's email ID here. Okay? Now, let me verify that. Let me log in into my Gmail account to cross check that email notifications are sending by the workflow rule or not. Now, so now let's see. From now onwards, whenever I'm creating a new candidate record, automatically it will send the email notification to that email ID along with a CC copy to me also. Now, I'm creating a new candidate record. Let me make it clone instead of entering all the values manually. So I'm cloning this record. I'm giving that name as some Sharat Kumar. Years of experience I'm indicating like as some 3. Location is some Hyderabad. Notice period I'm indicating as some 1 month. Position he is applying here. He is applying for a position Salesforce administrator. I'm entering the email ID of that person, contact number, and the current CTC and the expected CTC. We are selecting some values. Now I'm creating a record over here. As soon as whenever I'm creating a new record, inside my object automatically, it has workflow rule has to get fired. It has to send the email notification also. Okay. Now, give me anybody's email ID. Double 002. Okay. Now, so now here I'm creating a new record. As soon as whenever I'm creating a new record, automatically workflow has to be get fired. It has to send the email notification to that email ID which has specified. Okay. Now, so in this case, I should receive an email notification. Now it is indicating that congratulations, Sharat Kumar, your profile has been submitted successfully. What are the details you have specified? With the details, it is sending that email notification to the people. You will be having that link also, so that we can able to see, okay, what exactly the candidate record we have created right now. Okay, workflow is firing properly. It is sending that email notification. Now up to this is fine. Suppose in future, if you are modifying that record value, will the workflow rule will fire or not? Yes. Now I'm changing that the notice period value from 1 month to some 2 months. Okay, 1 month to 2 months. I'm changing that expected CTC is from 12 lakhs to 14 lakhs. Okay, I'm changing the value. Now click on save button. I modified the record. Will the workflow rule will fire or not? Yes, again it will fire. It will send the email notification again. You will be receiving that email notification. Congratulations, Sharat Kumar, profile has been submitted successfully. Now here you will be having the latest details. Expected CTC some 14 lakhs is available here. Okay. Notice period 2 months is available. Now workflow has been filed. It has sent the notification. Now tell me, the subject and content is same or subject and content is different? Same. Almost everything is same. But I want, upon creating the record, I want to send a different subject, different content. Upon updating the record, I want to send a different subject, different content. Is it possible in workflow? Workflow rule won't allow. Because upon creating the workflow rule, it has given the option to select only one email template. Okay? Only one email template we can select, not multiple. Okay? Upon creating the workflow rule, we are having the option to select only one email template. The same template will be using with the workflow rule, okay, in order to send the notification while creating the record, while updating the record also. This is the first problem. Okay? This is the first problem inside that workflow rule. Workflow rule won't allow you to use multiple email templates to be used to send the notification. Upon creating the record, I want to send a different subject and different content. Upon updating the record, a different subject and different content I want to send. But that is not possible through workflow rule. This is the first problem. Okay? Now, next. Let me show you one more problem here. I'm removing this email from my local system. Now here I'm opening the record here. Click on edit button. I'm trying to be editing the record. I haven't modified anything. Okay, I haven't modified anything. Just I click on edit button, that's it. Now when I click on save button, what will happen? Will workflow rule will fire or not? Now, in this case, once you click on this save button, again workflow rule will fire automatically by default. Once you go to your email, we have received this email notification. Okay. Now, just now click on edit button. I haven't modified any value inside that. I haven't touched any value. Simply I click on edit button and then click on save button. Now, immediately it is sending the notification to the people. Now, if I am modifying anything, then only I need to send the notification. If I am not modifying anything, then why do I need to waste my email services? Why unnecessarily I need to send the email notification to the people? Now, for example, come to a general scenario. Assume that I'm in my home. So now I'm in my home, I'm watching some TV, some serials, some movies, whatever. And I'm having my ATM card along with me here. No, just now I got a message to my mobile, your account number has been debited with some amount 0.0. Okay? It is giving that message, your account number has been debited with the amount 0.0. Nothing but withdraw some 0.0. So when you look into the message, what will you do generally? What is the human thought in this case? Now, the people will be getting some doubt that somebody is going to be trying to be hacking your account details. Somebody is trying to be withdrawing the money from your account here. In this case, what the people will do, immediately the people will rush to the nearest ATM center, they will verify what is the balance here. Okay? That means what? We are raising some confusions to the customers here. In this case, if you are receiving this kind of messages 2 or 3 times, from next time will you trust that bank? No. The bank will be losing the trust. They will be losing their credibility in the market here. In this case, I don't want to send the messages to the customers unnecessarily. If something has been done, if the record has been created, or if the value has been modified, then only I want to send the notification. If I did not modify anything, then I don't want to send the notification because it is raising some ambiguity, it is raising some confusions to the customers. Because of that, we are losing some credibility in the market also. This is the second problem that we have in workflow rule. Even though you may modify, you may not modify. After click on edit button, once you click on save, again it will be firing the workflow rule here. This is the second problem in the workflow rule. For example, I have clicked on the edit button again. Once you click on save button here, again workflow rule will fire here. When you go to that, you will be receiving that email notification again. I'm receiving that notification. Now I'm removing this notification here. Now, let's go to the record. Click on edit button, click on save button. I haven't modified anything. again you will be receiving the email notification from Salesforce automatically by default. So this is the second problem as part of this workflow, email alerts. So the first problem is we can't use a separate email template to be used to send the notification upon creating the record. Upon updating the record, I want a different email template, but Salesforce won't allow as part of this workflow rule. This is the first problem. Second problem is whenever you are opening the record and once you click on save button, automatically workflow will fire, it will be sending the notification by default. Even though you may modify, you may not modify, workflow will fire automatically. Okay, this is the second problem here inside that workflow rules. Next, the third problem inside my workflow rule here. Now tell me, through this workflow rule, do we have any possibility to create a record? Do we have any action to create a record in workflow rule? No. That means we can't insert the new records into your object through workflow rules. Okay, we can't insert the new records into the object through workflow rules. Do we have any action to delete a record through workflow rule? Do we have any action in workflow rule? No. We have only 4 actions. Sending the email notifications, updating the field, the 2 with some limitations, and then assigning the task, sending that outbound message. Only these 4 actions are supporting by workflow rule. But we don't have any such action to create a record. That means through workflow rules, we can't create the records inside the object. Through workflow rules, we can't delete the record from the object. Through workflow rule, we can't fetch the record from the object here. Through workflow rule, we can't update the record. We can raise a question, sir, we have field update. Through field update, we can update that. How many fields we can update by using workflow rule? Maximum of 40 fields, not more than that. But my record is a very big record, which is having some hundreds of columns. From those columns, I want to update some 200 fields. Is it possible through workflow rule? No. It will allow us to update up to maximum of 40 fields only, not more than that. That is the limitation given by Salesforce. So that we can able to add maximum of 40 actions. Even though if I'm using all the actions are of type field update, we can add maximum of 40 actions inside my workflow rule so that we can update 40 fields, not more than that. If the record is required to update more than 40 records, workflow field update won't support. Okay. So now here in this case, by using that workflow rules, we can't perform all the DML operations. Simply we can say, through workflow rule, we can't perform the DML operations. Like, we can't insert the records. We can't delete the records. We can't undelete the records. We can't update the records. With updation, we are having some limitations are available. Okay? Now, so in this case, whenever I'm updating the records, what kind of limitations that you are aware of that? Through workflow rule, we can able to update the fields in the same object, or we can update the fields in the parent object, which is having the association of type master detail. Now, sometimes if the association is lookup, then will workflow will support? No. If you want to update the field from parent to child, will workflow will support? No. Workflow field update will be always supporting to update the field from child to parent object only, not from parent to child. Okay? At that time, what we can do? How can we implement? Previously, to overcome this kind of limitation, okay, we used to implement triggers. But Salesforce people are keep on doing so many enhancements as part of the new releases in order to reduce the coding part. So keep on they're adding so many new releases for every 4 months. For every 4 months, they're giving a new release. As part of that new release, they keep on adding some more latest enhancements to the CRM application, to the Force.com platform, and to the infrastructure level also. Because their main intention is they would like to reduce the coding. Always they would like to reduce the coding here, so that we can make the application development faster. We can reduce the application development time, so that we can reduce the budget also, so everybody can able to build applications very fastly with the less lines of code itself. So now here in this case here, they're providing so many latest enhancements. As part of their enhancements, they have introduced a feature called as Process Builder. Okay, a feature called as Process Builder. So Process Builder is a graphical representational tool. Okay, Process Builder is a graphical representational tool. It's like as a drag and drop tool. If it is a workflow is purely based on navigation. We have to select that object name, click on next button, enter the values, click on next button, like as a navigation process. But Process Builder is not like as that navigation. Process Builder is purely a drag and drop facility tool, which is purely a graphical representational tool in order to automate some certain business processes inside your organization. In this case, whatever the options that we can do through workflow rule, the same operations we can do with the help of Process Builder also, along with some additional actions also. Okay, along with some additional actions also we can do with the help of this Process Builder. So Process Builder is a ready-made tool which has been given by Salesforce by default. By using that Process Builder, we can able to automate some certain business processes inside your organization. Instead of implementing that functionalities manually by your own, we can make some certain processes automated over here. But instead of using the workflow rule, we can use that Process Builder also. Why? Because their main intention is, because when coming to the Salesforce, after some time, they would like to decommission the trigger concept from the development part. Their main target is, they would like to decommission the trigger. Instead of using the trigger, they would like to introduce, they would like to replace the trigger feature with the help of this Process Builder. Okay. For that one here, they are going to be introducing this Process Builder and keep on they're doing so many enhancements on Process Builder in every new release. They're adding so many actions. Okay. So now in this case, when coming to the Process Builder, in the real time, in most of the cases, we are using the Process Builder. Okay. Workflows are very rare. Sometime before, workflows are very popular, but now everybody is utilizing Process Builder. They're configuring the processes because it is having more actions. It is having more facilities to you when compared with that workflow rules. So that we can go with that Process Builder. So Process Builder will overcome whatever the drawbacks available inside the workflow rule. In workflow rule, whatever the limitations or whatever the drawbacks we have identified, all those drawbacks will overcome with the help of Process Builder. Whatever the things are not possible, whatever the things that we can't do through workflow rule, the same operations we can do with the help of Process Builder also without writing any code. Without going to the triggers, without writing any additional code, without writing any custom code by using Apex programming language, without having any technical skills, just by using some mouse pointers, we can configure with the help of Process Builder. That facility is available as part of this Process Builder tool. So Process Builder is purely a graphical representation tool, which is purely a drag and drop facility tool. Just by using that mouse clicks, we can able to automate some of the business processes. Then how can we automate the business processes through Process Builder? Now let's see practically in this case. Now, in this case, first of all, you have to understand what kind of actions we can automate through Process Builder. Okay, what kind of actions we can automate through Process Builder. Now let me explain, and then we'll see how to implement each and every action through that Process Builder here. We'll see some practical use cases also. Okay. Now let's see. When coming to the Process Builder here, we can able to automate some certain actions. Now, the first action is Apex programming code. Okay, the first action is Apex programming code. That means what? By using that Process Builder, we can invoke that Apex programming code also. Whatever the Apex code that you have written by using Apex programming language, that code we can able to invoke by using Process Builder. That facility is available. Okay. Now here is the first action. We can trigger, that means we can invoke the Apex programming code with the help of the Process Builder. That is the first action we can do. Second action, we can create a new record also. Okay, we can create a new record also inside your object here. Okay, that may be related record also. We can create whatever. It may be independent record also, whatever you want. We can create a record. Now tell me, do we have this kind of creating a record facility inside your workflow rule? No, we don't have that option to create the record. But in Salesforce, in Workflow Process Builder, Salesforce has given that facility that we can create a record also through Process Builder. For that one, they have given an action called as create a record action. By using this action, we can able to create a new record inside your object. Next, the third one, same like as workflow rules. We can send the email notifications to the required people. Okay. So whatever the way we are sending the email notification to the people through workflow rule, the similar manner we can send the email notifications also to the required people with the required subject, with the required content by configuring the email template and email alerts. Okay. So now in this case here, now by using this process builder also, we can able to send the email notification to the required people. Next one. And the next one, we can able to invoke the flows also. Okay, we can invoke the flows also. When moving forward, we'll see the flows concept here. Okay, now we'll see that flows concept. There we'll see how can we invoke a flow by using that process builder. Okay, we'll see that process. Next one, the post to chatter. That means we can able to post a chatter message also. Okay, whenever if anybody is modifying my record, then I would like to post some information to that chatter message also here. In the chatter feed, we can able to post some message also with it. That possibility is available. Next, we can submit a record for the approval process. Okay, we can submit a record for the approval process. Like whenever I'm going to be submitting a loan application form, I need to submit this loan application form to that next person to get it approved. So there may be some multiple approvers may be available here. Like initially there will be a clerk is available, nothing but a person field officer who is going to verifying that my credibilities and everything. They will collect all the documentation. Once it has been done, he will approve that. Then it will go to the branch manager. The branch manager has to approve. And then it will go to the head office. They have to get approved. Then only the loan will be getting disbursed. At that time, some multiple approvers may be available. Whenever I'm going to be submitting the leave application form, it has to be get approved by my technical lead and my manager also over here. Then only my leave will be getting approved. Whenever I'm submitting a timesheet, okay, regarding my work in this entire week, so at that time that has to be get approved by my manager, that has to be get approved by the client also. Then only the client will give the billing to my company. At that time, multiple approvers may be available. At that time, we can submit the record for the approval also with the help of this process builder. Okay. Through process builder, we can submit the record for an approval process also. That possibility is there. Next one, we can able to update the record, like as our field updates. But here, by using this updating the records, we can update the records in the parent object also. We can update the record in the same object also. We can update the record in the child object also. Okay. So now by using this updating the records action, we can update the record values inside the same object, or we can update the record values in the parent object in the child also. That means child to parent also we can update, parent to child also we can update here. Both the facilities are available. Even though the association may be lookup, even though the association may be master detail also, both. In both the cases it will apply here. Okay, we'll see a practical scenario also in this case. Next. We can able to add some quick actions also with the help of this process builder. Through this process builder, we can able to add some quick actions also, okay, inside your Salesforce instance. Inside your record, we can able to add some quick actions also. And the next one, we can able to make the chaining process here. That means one process can invoke another process here. One of that process can invoke the second process. Nothing but here, we can create the multiple processes. Okay, we can create the multiple processes also. Like as by using process builder, we can create some actions. One action can invoke another one. That can invoke another one. Like that here, we can make the chaining process of that processes also by using this process builder. That possibility is available to you. So these are the various actions we can add, we can able to implement with the help of this process builder. Okay. Through this process builder, we can able to invoke your Apex programming code. We can create some records inside your object. We can send the email notifications to the required people. We can invoke a flow. We can post some information into the chatter feed. We can submit a record for the approval. We can update the records also. It may be parent records or child records also. We can able to add some quick actions, and we can able to invoke that process also. These are the various actions we can able to perform through process builder. Whatever the actions are there inside that workflow rule, the similar kind of actions are available. Along with that, we are having some additional actions are also there inside your process builder. So that here, in most of the interviews, they're mainly concentrating on process builder. Okay, have you used the process builder or not? If you have used, where exactly you have used, what is the scenarios inside your project? So please explain that scenario here, how you have implemented. Okay, so this is a common question nowadays in the entry point of view. Okay, so at that time you should be able to explain clearly the differences between workflow rule and the process builder. What are the things we can't implement through workflow rule? Those processes we can implement with the help of process builder. Okay, now in this case, how can we configure the process builder? How to use, how to send the notifications, how to update the records, parent to child, child to parent, how to create the records, how to invoke the Apex classes, how to submit the records for the approvals, everything we'll see one by one. Okay. So now in this case here, in order to see the process builder, okay, in order to see the process builder, we have to use a navigation. In order to go to the process builder, we have to go to the navigation. Go to the setup menu. Go to the build menu in the left panel. Click on create. Click on workflows and approvals. Click on workflows and approvals. And then inside that you are having an option called as process builder. Okay. Inside that we have an option called as process builder. This is the navigation. In order to locate to that process builder tool. Okay, now, so now let me show you how the tool will look like. Let's go to your Salesforce instance. Go to the setup menu. Go to the build menu in the left panel. Click on create, workflows and approvals. And here we have an option called as process builder. Click on this process builder. Now the process builder tool will be getting loaded for you. Okay, here's the process builder tool. So now we haven't created any processes as of now. Okay, there we are creating some workflow rules. Those are called as workflow rule. But here, what are the processes? Nothing but through process builder. Whatever the automated things you have implemented, those are called as processes. That is called as a process, which will be automating some business process. Okay, now we haven't created any processes as of now, so that it is showing like as empty. If you have created any processes, it will be listing out all the processes names inside this location. Okay, we don't have any processes as of now. If you want to go back to your setup options, then click on back to setup. If you want to create a new process to automate some certain operation, then click on new button. You will be having a button called as new button to create a new process by using the process builder tool. Once you click on this new button, it is providing that it will ask you to specify that new process name. Specify the name of that new process over here. Okay, now I'm giving like some sample. API name we are providing here. Description is optional. Select that when the process has to be get started here. Okay, now we can select any one of this option. I want to start the process here. Now it is indicating that. Your record changes. That means whenever a record has been created or modified. Now your platform event message is received. Okay, your platform event message is received. That means it is for the artificial intelligence. Salesforce has given this option over here. The third one is it's invoked by another process, nothing but chaining processes here. If one process has been getting completed, it has to invoke second process also. For that one, they are having that chaining process. Now, whenever a record has been getting created or modified, I want to invoke that process. Once you click on save, it is providing a window to you. Now, this window is called as Process Explorer. Okay, this is called as Process Explorer. In this Process Explorer, we have to configure your process. You have to create your process. Without writing any code, without using any navigation, simply by using this drag and drop facilities, we can able to configure your own process. It's like as a pictorial representation format here. like as a flow chart kind of implementation. Okay, now you will be having some processes available. We have to give the input. Okay, what process you would like to configure, we can implement that here. Okay, now, so now here in this case here, then how can we configure the processes, okay, inside your process builder? We'll see practically right now. We'll take some few use cases, okay, and then we'll see how can we implement those use cases. Now let's see practically in this case. Okay, now. So now let me go back to that setup option. Now, let's take a small scenario. For example, assume that I'm having my case object. Okay, I'm having my case object. So now here in this case, take your case object or any of the object, whatever you want here, anything, whatever the object that you want, we can take it over here. For example, I would like to take the hiring manager object here. Now, so now in this case, whenever I'm going to be creating a new hiring manager record inside my object, okay, whenever I'm creating a new hiring manager record inside my object, then I would like to send the email notification to that hiring manager's email ID here. Through process builder, I would like to configure this. How to do that? Now let's see practically. Okay. As soon as whenever I'm creating a new record inside my hiring manager object, I want to send an email notification to that HR person's email ID. So now, dear HR person, welcome on board to our HR team. So now from now onwards, you are also the part of this recruitment team. So now please, we are going to be assigning some position records to you. So please close that positions on or before that position close date. Okay, I would like to give some notification to that HR person. So for that one, I would like to configure a process. Then how to implement this kind of functionality through workflow rule, you know as of now. So for that one, what needs to be done first? First of all, create one email template here. Once the email template is ready with the required subject and the content, and as a step 2, we need to create that workflow rule on your hiring manager object by selecting the criteria as created or created, and every time it is edited, whatever you want. Okay, these are the 2 steps we are following here. But here steps are a bit different. Okay, here it will be involving 3 steps over here. We have to create that email template first as usual step. Second one, we have to create email alert. Okay, as a step 2, we have to create the email alert. And as a step 3, we have to create the process. Okay, we have to create the process. Now this email alert is not a different one. You know as part of workflow rule. When you look into the user interface, you will get the idea over there. But that email alert is part of workflow rule. But now they are segregated over here. Okay, they're segregated inside that process builder. So previously, whenever I'm going to be creating the workflow rule, okay, email alert is also part of that workflow rule. But inside the process builder, that email alert they are segregated over here. So that we have to create the email template first, then we have to create the email alert, then we have to create the process over here. Now this process will invoke the email alert. Email alert will be invoking the email template. It will send the notification to the people. This is the flow they have indicated here. Okay, the process is a bit different. Okay, now let's see practically how can we implement this. Okay, the practical use case. Understood the requirement here? Now, let's see. Take a small use case. Configure a process on the hiring manager object and the hiring manager object, which is used to send the email notification to the hiring manager upon creating a record, upon creating a new record in the object. As soon as whenever I'm creating a new record inside that object, I want to send the email notification. I think everybody is having that hard copy of the material. Okay. Everybody is having that admin book. Okay, admin hard copy book is available, right? So there I have given that what the workflow can, what the process builder can do. But how to configure navigation is not available. Okay, there the navigation is not there. Today I will give the hard copy to you. Okay, regarding the navigation, complete use cases information also inside that. Okay. So now in this case, now, so in this case, now tell me what is your understanding in this case? Or what object we need to create the process? Hiring manager object. Now when you want to start the process? Upon creating a new record inside my hiring manager object. Now, so now before sending that email notification, what you would like to cross check? Do you want to add any conditions? Yes, what is that condition? Email ID. Okay, email ID field should not be empty. Because before sending that email notification, we need to verify email ID has been entered by the users or not. If the email ID is available, then only I can send the email notification to the people. Or else, definitely the mail will be getting bounced. Okay, definitely the mail will be getting bounced here. Okay, now, in this case, we can track. There is a chance is available in Salesforce to track whether this email notification has been delivered successfully or not. Okay, email notification has been delivered successfully or not. We can track that information. Suppose, for example, today I am assigning a position record to this person. As soon as the position has been assigned, then he has received that email notification. So now, dear HR person, a new position has been assigned to you. Now, after 2 days, as a project manager, if I ask him, what about my position, he told that, I don't know any position information. I did not get any notification, I did not get any email notification. Then how can we show the practical proof that we have sent the notification to you, you have received that email notification? He received the email notification. Okay, he received the email notification, but by mistake he has deleted that email notification here. But now he is telling that, so now I haven't received any email notification. Then how can we show the practical proof? CC copy is one proof. Then might be that workflow rule or that your process might have sent a notification to you only. Upon sending the email notification to his email ID, it may be failed. Then you have received successfully. Upon sending the notification to his email ID, it has been failed. Because of the mail server has been failed, because of a heavy network traffic, it is unable to deliver the email notification. How can we track this information, whether email notification has been delivered or not successfully? For that one, we can use a feature called as email logs. Okay, we can use a feature called as email logs. Through email logs, we can able to track in the last 30 days to whom you have sent the email notification. How many bytes of content you have transferred? To which email ID you have transferred that? What is that message ID? Okay, what is that message ID? What is the email address to whom you have sent that notification? What is that email status code? Okay, what is that email status code? That means email has been sent or not, delivered successfully or not, it has been failed or not. If it is a failed, then is it permanent failure or transient failure? Everything we can able to track by using that email logs option, which has been given by Salesforce. When you go to that monitor inside your Salesforce instance, when you go to the setup menu, go to the monitor option, you will be having that logs. Logs is the last option. In that one, you will be having an option called as email log files. When you go to that email log files, now it will be tracking that in the last 30 days to whom you have sent that email notification. Everything we can track that. Whether email notification has been sent or not. Email notification has been delivered successfully or not. Email has been failed or not. Everything we can track, so that we can make a request to that Salesforce. Now click on request and email log. Now whenever you are making a request, at a time that request can able to fetch maximum of 7 days email notification tracking history. Not all 30 days. Initially we have to make a request for the last 7 days. And then raise one more request for the next 7 days. One more request for the next 7 days. And one more request for the next 7 days. Like that, the last 30 days email notification tracking history we can track. The possibility is available. Okay. So now whenever if you want to track that here, click on request and email log. And now we can specify that here. Now the last 1 week email notification history we can track. Now we can specify the email notification. Now, as soon as once you click on the submit request, request will be sending to the Salesforce server. Salesforce server will go to your organization. It will track in the last 7 days, whatever the dates you have specified. Start date and time, end date and time, only the 7 days over here. In these 7 days, to whom you have sent the notification, it will collect all the details, placing inside an Excel sheet. That Excel sheet will be sending to your inside that Salesforce instance over here. As soon as whenever the Excel sheet is ready, it will be sending the notification also. For that, it will take some time, like some few fraction of second, minutes, 2 minutes or 5 minutes, maximum 10 minutes here. Once the email log file is ready, it will send the email notification to the email ID which you have specified. Okay. Now, once you click on submit request, it will be sending the request over here. Once the request is ready, it will be sending that notification. From there, we can download that log file. We can see, okay, email notification has been sent to whom. Everything we can track that here. There, it is indicating a column, status column, in order to know whether the email notification has been delivered successfully or not. For that one here, Salesforce is maintaining the status codes over here. Now, email log status codes. When you go to that Salesforce documentation, here we can see that email log status codes. Email has been sent or not. Just it has been sent. Delivered or not, I don't know. Okay. Now, if it is delivered, a different code will be available. So that here it is indicating that. In that Excel sheet, whatever the columns are available, in that log file, the whole information will be getting described over there. Column A is indicating the date and time when you have sent that notification over here. Okay. Column B, internal message ID, it will be holding that. Now the third column here, in that Excel sheet, email event. That means it is indicating that whether email notification has been sent or not. Here we are having that codes are available. These are the 4 codes. These are the 4 codes are maintaining by Salesforce. Now, these are the 4 codes are available. Based on these 4 codes, we can recognize whether the email notification has been delivered or not. Now, initially, it will be having the D. For example, just now send the email notification. Assume that whatever the email ID that I have specified, it's a wrong email ID. But it's my mistake. Okay, because of some typo mistake, I have entered some wrong email ID here. When I click on that send button, email notification has been sent by Salesforce. At that time, it is maintaining the status as D. Nothing but email was successfully sent. Nothing but from our end, we have sent that notification. It is delivered or not, we don't know here. Now, when it is trying to be delivering to this email ID, now here in this email ID, I did some spelling mistakes here. So it is unable to deliver because email ID is not there. It's a wrong email ID. So at that time, it is indicating that the status as T. Transient failure. That means when I try to deliver this email notification to that email ID is not found. Email ID is wrong. So that here, temporarily, I am unable to deliver that notification over here. Now, once it is temporarily unable to deliver, then what it will do? Simply it will be giving that bounce message to you? No. It will be placing that request inside the queue over here. Salesforce is maintaining the queue. So when it is trying to be delivering to that email ID, if the email ID is not available, email ID is wrong email ID, so at that time it will be indicating the status as now the T, transient failure. That means temporarily I am unable to deliver that email notification because that email ID I am unable to found. Now it will be maintaining inside the queue. After 20 minutes, again it will try to connect to that email ID here. If it is failed again, then it will be maintaining inside the queue. After 40 minutes, again it will try over here. Again it has been failed. Then after 80 minutes, it will try again. Like that, keep on, it will try for the next 24 hours over here. Okay? It will try for the next 24 hours. Within the 24 hours also, if it is unable to deliver, it will be making it as permanent failure. Okay? It is indicating permanent failure. Okay? Permanently, I am unable to deliver that email notification because whatever the email ID that you are given, that might be wrong. Or that email ID may not be available over here. So that we can able to track, it is indicating that. Now the email transmission was delayed because that email ID is unable to reach. Salesforce will retries delivery over a 24 hours period. Nothing but keep on, it will try for the next 24 hours. That means the first retry occurs after 5 minutes. Once it is trying to be delivering, if it is not available, after 5 minutes it will try. And then 10 minutes. And then 20 minutes. And then 40 minutes. Keep on, it will try for next to 24 hours. Like it is indicating. The first retry occurs 5 minutes. After that, the first transmission failure, then the second occurs will be after 10 minutes. And the third will be after that. Like that. So on, keep on, it will try for the next 24 hours. Within the 24 hours, if it is unable to deliver, it will be giving that the transient code as permanent failure over here. Changing the status code to permanently I am unable to deliver. Here I have tried for 24 hours. So now from there onwards, I don't want to try it again. Suppose what are the email notification we have sent? If the email ID is correct, then email ID has been received by the person. Then it is indicating that status as R. That means what? Received. Email notification has been received by the target person successfully over here. These are the 4 status codes. If any of the person said that I haven't received email notification, then we can able to go into that email log files, track all the email notification to whom we have sent. We can check the delivery status also inside this. Whether email notification has been simply sent or delivered successfully or temporary failure or the permanent failure. Everything we can able to track inside that email log files. Okay, that possibility has been given by Salesforce to you. No need to maintain a mail proof copy also, even though if I am showing that mail proof copy, might be you have received that, for me it has not yet sent. Then at that time we can use this email log files as the proof. Okay. For that one, Salesforce has given that email logs feature to you, which will be storing the last 30 days email notification tracking. Okay. That possibility has been given by Salesforce. Now, so now here in this case here, now, not only sending the email notification, we can verify whether the email notification has been delivered successfully to that recipient's email ID or not. We can track the whole information. Okay. Now, so now in this case, let's come to this use case now. So now as part of my use case, okay, as part of my use case, as soon as whenever I'm creating a new hiring manager record inside my object, I would like to send an email notification to that HR person's email ID by using an email template here. In this case, what needs to be done? As a step 1, first of all, we have to create the email template. Create the email template with the required subject and content. What are the subject that you want to deliver? What are the content you want to deliver? With the subject, with that content, prepare that email template. Okay? Now, once the email template is ready, then we have to configure an email alert. Configure an email alert. Okay? Configure an email alert by indicating the email template details, okay, email template details and the receiver people details, etc. As a step 2, we need to configure the email alert. Configure the email alert, which will be including to whom you want to send the email notification. Okay, what will be the email template you would like to use to send the notification? The whole information we have to configure inside this. Now, as a step 3, configure the process. Configure the process by using process builder. Okay, configure the process by using the process builder. These are the 3 steps we have to follow whenever if you want to send the email notification with the help of process builder. Now, so now let's see step-by-step approach. How can we implement the email template and how can we configure an email alert? How can we create the process? We'll see practically. So now let's see. Let me verify, do we have any email template on my hiring manager object or not? Already, do we have created any email template or not? Let me verify that. Go to that, communication templates, classic email templates. Let's verify, do we have any email template is available on that hiring manager object or not? Now, we have an email template is available, but it is having the static subject, static content. But I don't want static subject and static content. I want to create this email template with the dynamic subject, dynamic content. Okay, now. So let me create this email template now. I'm indicating that email subject. Use cases are completely different. What are the use cases I'm giving inside the hard copy? The same thing I'm not disclosing in the class. Okay. So in your hard copy, you will be having a different use case, and here I'm discussing a different use case so that we can cover multiple. Okay. So now in this case, I'm creating an email template, okay, on my hiring manager object. I would like to specify that subject. Now, congratulations. I want to specify the hiring manager name. Welcome on board. Okay, welcome on board to our family. Okay, welcome on board to our family. Email content. Now, dear hiring manager, dear hiring manager, welcome on board. Thanks for joining our organization. Thanks for joining our organization. Now, thanks for joining our organization. Now, from now onwards, you are also part of our recruitment team. Okay, you are also part of our recruitment team. And we are pleased to inform you that your HR record has been created inside the database for the future reference. Here are your details. Hiring manager name and the location name, email ID, and the contact number, and the PAN number of the customer, hiring manager person. These are the fields. I want to specify this information. Specify that the major fields, hiring manager name. I want to show that location name, location __ C. Let's verify the field names are what. Field names are location. Now, email ID. Email ID. And the contact number. And the PAN number. PAN number __ C. Okay. please contact on the below details if any queries. I'm indicating that. This is a system generated email. So please do not reply. Please do not reply. I'm indicating that thanks and regards. Talent acquisition team. Samdel Incorporation. So these are the various details I would like to specify inside my email template. Okay. So now with these details, I would like to create an email template now. So now let me create this email template with these details. Okay. So I'm creating a new email template which is of type text type. Okay. Let's go to that communication templates. Go to the setup menu. Go to the administer menu in the left panel. Click on communication templates. Click on classic email templates. I'm creating a new email template right now. Click on new template. Select the template type. Any type of template you can select, whatever. Go to the next. Specify the email template details. I want to save this email template inside my folder, unfiled public classic email templates folder. Because I want to make this email template public so every user can able to access it. Next one, make that email template to be available for use. I want to make sure this email template can be utilized by all the people. I'm indicating that email template name. I'm indicating that new HR person or hiring manager. Or else I'm giving a different name. New recruiter, record, creation notification template. Okay. So now, new recruiter record creation notification template. Now, I'm giving the description also the same. Now specify the subject and the content whatever we have prepared. I would like to specify the subject. So this is the subject I'm going to be adding inside this. I'm adding the content. I'm adding the content. So I'm doing the required alignments over here. Now my content is available right now. So this is the email content here. Now click on save button. As soon as once you click on that save button, now your email template has been created successfully. New recruiter record creation notification template. This is the name that I have given over here. I am giving that name. Okay, this is the template here which we have created. Now I am done with the step 1. Okay, now you know this step already here. How to create your email template with the required subject, with the required content by using Magic Fields. Now, as a step 2, we need to create that email alert. Okay, as a step 2, we need to create that email alert. Where exactly the email alert option is available? Go to that setup menu. Go to the build menu in the left panel. Click on create. Click on workflows and approvals. And then click on email alerts. Okay, click on email alerts. Okay. Now let's see how can we create a new email alert inside this. So let's go to that navigation to create an email alert. This is the additional step that we need to do when compared with the workflow rule. Go to the build menu, click on create, workflows and approvals. Here you will be having that option called as email alerts. Click on this email alerts link to create a new email alert. Now, click on continue. Now, we are going to be creating a new email alert here. So now click on new email alert to create a new email alert here. Click on new email alert. Now tell me, you know this user interface or not? Where? Workflow. Previously, email alert is part of workflow rule. But now, when coming to the process builder, they are segregated. Okay, they are segregated. This user interface already you are come across in the multiple cases also. Upon sending the email notification, when you click on that email alert action, it is providing this user interface. But this is part of workflow, but here this is separate here. Okay, now. So now I am creating a new alert over here. Based on this alert only, we can able to add the action inside your process builder. Okay, now. So in this case here, previously we are going to be mapping a workflow rule. We are mapping that email template to a workflow rule. But now what we are doing, we are mapping that email template to email alert. Email alert we are mapping to workflow process builder over here. 3 steps are available, navigation. Okay. That means whenever the process has been getting filed, then what alert you want me to do, what action you want me to do, that we have to specify inside that email alert. So if the email alert has been getting raised, then which email template we need to use? It will go to the email template. Okay, these are the 3 steps are available. Now create that email alert. Now I'm creating the email alert now. New recruiter, record, creation, notification alert. Okay, new recruiter record creation notification alert. Now specify the object. On what object you want to create this alert now? What is this object now? Hiring manager. Select the object as hiring manager. Okay, hiring manager. Now, in this case, as soon as whenever I'm selecting the object as hiring manager, now it will ask you to select the template. Which email template you want me to use to send the notification to the HR person. Select that email template here. Now, click on the lookup icon, select the email template. So what is the template that we have created right now? New recruiter record creation notification template. So now this is the template we have created. Now click on this template. Now I would like to use this email template in order to send a notification to the people. Now, to whom you want to send the notification? I want to send the email notification to that person, nothing but to that HR person, based on the email ID, whatever we have entered. Based on this email ID, okay, based on this email ID, whatever we have entered inside my email field, I would like to send the email notification to this email ID here. So now you can specify the recipient people's information. Okay, recipient type, to whom you want to send the notification. I want to send the email notification to the people based on that email field. Okay, whatever the email ID we have entered inside my HR record creation, to that email ID I want to send the notification. So that based on that email ID field, I want to send the notification. Select that email ID field. Along with that, we can add that 5 email addresses up to 5 as a CC copy here. Okay, up to 5 email addresses, we can add that CC copy. Now, sometimes they will raise a question in the interview point of view. I want to send the CC copy to 50 people. How? Group. That's it. Simple. So now create a mail distribution list. Okay, create a mail distribution list. Like as Hyderabad, okay, Hyderabad HR team @ some gmail.com or some Dell.com, whatever. In that one, let them add to all these Hyderabad HR people's email IDs inside that. Just you can add that group email ID inside this additional CC copy. It will be sending all the notifications over here. Okay. Now, at that time, we need to contact the network administrator team, because that mail distribution list has to be created by the network administrator people only. Okay. So that here we need to get the help of those people. So now here I'm adding my email ID as a CC copy so that I can receive that mail copy over here. Okay. So now I'm indicating my email ID inside this. So now as soon as whenever a new HR record has been created, I want to send the notification to the people, okay, by using this email template here based on the email ID which we have entered. Okay. Now click on save. Now my email alert is also ready. This is the email alert which we have created right now. Okay. This is the email alert. So this is the email alert we have created. So now, whenever we are looking into that, we can identify very easily here. Okay, that's what here I'm indicating like as here template. That means email template. This is nothing but alert, email alert here. Here we are going to be adding that process or rule because it is automated here. Now let's configure that process. As a step 3, create that process in order to invoke this email notification here. Now, then how to create this process? Now let's see practically. Now let me show you practically the navigation here. Let's go to that process builder now. Before that, if there is any workflows are available on that object, let me deactivate the workflow rules because workflow also will fire. I am deactivating this workflow rule. New candidate record creation notification is there. Okay, and hiring manager, we don't have any workflow rules, so no problem. Now, let me create that process. Go to the process builder tool. Click on process builder. Now the process builder tool has been opened here. Previously, we tried to create one process here. I don't want this process. Okay. No. Let me go to that process. Let me create our own process over here. Click on new button. I want to create a new process. I'm giving the name as new recruiter record creation notification process. So now new recruiter record creation notification process. Now the name will be API name will be getting preparing by Salesforce automatically. I'm giving the description also. Okay. New recruiter record creation notification process. Now tell me when you would like to start this process now. As soon as a record has been changed. That means here select that option as a record changes. Now click on save button. As soon as once you click on save button, a process has been created, but the process is not in active status. Process is still inactive status right now. Now here in this case. Now here we need to create the process. Now in this case specify that here. Now on what object you want to create this process right now? Hiring manager. So here you will be having that. Here the starting of the process here. Once the process has been getting started, then what needs to be done? On what object we need to verify? Now here you will be having an option called as add object. Click on this add object link and select the object name on which you would like to create the process here. Now specify the object name. Okay, hiring manager. Select the object here. Now I would like to find this process, okay, on my hiring manager object here. When you want to create, when you want to file, whenever the record is created or when the record is created and edited both. Now, in this case, depends upon your requirement, we can suggest that here. Okay. Now, for example, whenever the record is getting created, then only I want to file this one. So that I'm selecting that only when a record is created. Okay. Now click on save button. Now we have selected the object here. So it is indicating with that blue color highlighting over here. Okay. Now, so in this case, when you want to file this email notification to the person, upon record creation, then before creating that, before sending that notification, then do you want to verify any conditions? Yes. What conditions? Email ID field value should not be empty. Now in this case, this is the condition block here. Okay, this is the condition block. Add the criteria. Okay. When you want to send, what conditions you would like to verify? This is the criteria block. Click on add a criteria. Now I want to specify. Now check for email ID. Okay, check for email ID. Now what you want to verify? I want to check the conditions here. What are those conditions? Inside my HR record, email ID field value should not be empty. So now in this case, select that. Select the field. In that hiring manager object, what field you want to verify? Email ID field. Okay, email ID. Email ID field. Choose this field. Now we can verify. If the email ID field value does not equals to that string, okay, or a global constant here. Now global constant, it is providing that null values. Okay, null values. Generally, when you go to the workflow, what we are doing, if it is not, does not equals to, simply we are making the text box as blank. But here it won't accept that. Okay, but it won't accept that. Simply if I'm specifying like as empty, when you click on save button, it won't accept that. But in the workflow rule, we are making it as blank. But in the process builder, it will expecting the value here. What you want to verify? I want to verify if that HR records email ID field value does not equals to null. Okay. Now we can specify a global constant null. Okay. If it is not equals to null, then only I would like to find the actions over here. Now in this case, we can specify. If you want to add one more condition, then click on add row. We can add another condition also. If you want to check all the conditions or only one condition, here we are having AND operator and then OR operator also. Both will be available to you here. Okay. Now we can specify these options. Once you specify the conditions, click on save button. As soon as once you click on that save button, now we have added the conditions also. Now what actions you want to file? Immediate or scheduled? That means time dependent. Immediate. You will be having two blocks are available. Immediate actions and scheduled actions. Nothing but time dependent actions. I want to file an action immediately here. Click on add action. What kind of action you would like to add now? Now it is populating this action. If it is a workflow rule, how many actions are available? 4 actions. But here, let's see the actions list. What kind of actions we can do? We can able to invoke an Apex class also. And then we can create a record, email alerts, flows, post to chatter, invoke the processes, quick actions, and then send the custom notifications, submit the record for the approval, and then updating the records also. These are the various actions we can able to automate with the help of process builder. Now, what is my requirement right now? Email alert. Select that email alert. Once you select that email alert, now specify the action name. Send the email to recruiter. Give that action name. Now specify the email alert here. Now whatever the label that we have given for that email alert, we have to specify that label over here. Okay, we have to specify the label. Based on that label, we have to search. Now, what is the name that we are given over here? This is the name. New recruiter record creation notification alert. But there, in order to select that email template, there is a lookup icon is there. But here we don't have that lookup icon. You will be having that option. You have to type. We have to specify new. Now it is populating that. Based on that, new what email alerts are available to populating over here. New recruiter record creation notification alert. I want to use this alert over here because we have created this email alert. So this is the email alert which we have created. Okay. So now here in this case, let's see. So this is the email alert which we have created. This is the email alert. We have configured new recruiter record creation notification template. Whenever I'm typing some starting characters based on that, it is populating the respective email alerts. Now specify that here. I'm indicating that. New, it is collecting that email template, email alert. Select that email alert. Now click on save button. Okay, click on save. Now my process is ready. So what is my process? In my hiring manager object, whenever I'm creating a new record, automatically this process will be getting invoked, which will verify the condition that HR record's email ID is empty or not. If it is not empty, then it is going to firing an immediate action to send the email notification to that HR person by using the email alert. The email alert is already pointed to a email template, so it will be sending that email notification to that email ID here. Okay. So now once the process is ready, make that process in active status. Click on activate button in order to make that process active. Okay. Click on activate button. Click on confirm. Now the process will be in active status right now. If you want to see what processes we have created as of now, just click on view all processes. These are the two processes we have created. Sample process is one, and this is the new process which we have created on our hiring manager object over here. This is the description of the process. This is the process type. This is the date. This is the status of the process. Okay. This is the way we are creating the process on your objects by using process builder tool. Okay. Clear? Navigation is completely different when compared with that workflow rule. That's what here I have given that hard copy materials. There you are having that complete navigation option. Okay. Now, so now after that, once the process is ready, then what we can do? What is the next step? Testing the process. Okay. Testing the process. How can we test this process right now? What we can do? Create a HR record inside your object. So from there, automatically it has to send that email notification by default. Okay. Now, let's go to your object, Salesforce instance, create a new record. Create a HR record. Now I'm creating a new HR record over here. I'm giving the Abhishek Sharma. Now the contact number. PAN number, I'm entering some value. Location, some Hyderabad. Email ID, give me anybody's email ID because I have added my email address in the CC copy. Tell me. Okay. 295@gmail.com. 294. Okay. Please give me the confirmation also. Spelling is correct. So now here I'm adding this person's email ID over here. Now, as soon as whenever I'm creating the record, one email notification has to be sent to this particular email ID along with one CC copy to my email address also here. Now, click on save button. As soon as the record has been created successfully, then it will send the email notification and to that email ID, along with that, I'm receiving one email notification copy also. Okay, I've received that. Fine. So now here, it is indicating that congratulations, Abhishek Sharma. So now welcome onboarding to our family. So now we have specified that subject and the content. Whatever the subject and whatever the content we have specified, with those details it is sending that email notification. So that not only sending the email alerts by using the workflow rules, we can able to send that actions through process builder also. But the steps are different, navigation is different completely. Okay, but there that is purely navigation wise, but here it is purely like as a drag and drop options. Nothing but purely like as the point and click options in this case. Okay, this is the way we are going to be configuring the process builder in order to send the email notification to the required people. Okay, clear? No, no. We have to create one more process. We cannot multiply. The false condition. Okay. If the email ID is empty, then we can able to add some different. Then at that time we can go with the different operations. Okay. Now, the next one. Let's take one more small use case here. Now, let's take one more small use case. For example, assume that I'm having an object that is called as an account object. Today, I'm creating an account record. I'm giving some details here. So now, some Abhishek. Type value, industry, annual revenue, rating, phone, fax, website, all this information I'm providing inside this. Okay, I'm creating a record. So now, as soon as whenever I'm going to be creating a record, my requirement is I want to create a related contact also. That contact should not be an independent; it should be related to my account only here. How can we do this? I want to create a related contact record also. Now, when you go to that contacts, I would like to create a related contact record also inside this. Not the chaining process. Now, as soon as whenever I'm going to be creating a record inside my object, then immediately I want to create a related contact record also. Then how to do that? Now let's see practically with the help of this process builder. But this kind of actions are not supporting by your workflow rule. Okay? Now, let's make a note over here. Take the second use case. Configure a process to create a related contact record upon creating an account. As soon as the account record has been getting created, I want to create a related contact record also. Now, upon creating a contact record, how can we create the contact? All the fields I need to make it empty? No. Upon creating that contact record, there is a mandatory field is there, last name field. Last name is a mandatory field. In this case, what needs to be done? In the contact record, there is a mandatory field called as last name field. For this field, we have to supply the value, right? From where we can collect that value. Whatever the account record name is available, okay? Account record name, that value I would like to copy into my contact records last name field. Okay? Now, upon creating the contact record, how can we make the contact to be associated to an account? How can we make a contact record to be associated to an account? Account ID field. Between these two objects, there is a relation. Lookup relationship is there. That means what, upon creating the contact record, now we are selecting the name of that account record to which the contact is associated. If I am selecting any of the account record, this account record ID will be storing inside this relationship field. What is the name of this column here? Account ID column. Okay, so that here inside my contact record, account ID field is there. Inside this account ID field, we need to supply the value of that account records ID. Whatever the ID has been generated by Salesforce, now that account record ID I'm passing to that contact records account ID field. These two values we have to copy. Or else record will not be created, record will not be mapping, okay, as a child record with that account. Okay. In order to create that child record, whatever the values are required, we can collect those values from the parent record itself. We can copy those values. And then, in order to make that child record to be associated with the parent, then we can collect the parent record ID and we can able to store inside that contact records account ID field. Then how to map these fields? Now let's see practically, additionally now. Okay? Now. Let's see, how can we implement this functionality now? Let me create a process now. Click on new button. I want to create a new process here. So now in this case, I would like to specify. Create new contact, new related contact. For account. Create new related contact for account. I am giving the description, create new related contact for account. As soon as whenever I am going to be creating the account record, I want to create that associated contact record here. So that I would like to select the changes as process has to be starting as when the record has been changed. Now click on save. Now select the object here. Now tell me on what object we need to create the process now. Account object or contact object? Account object here. Select that object as account, because once account has been created successfully, then I would like to create contact here. So that select that object as account. Here we can type the object name, or else we can able to select that object name also by using this list also. That possibility is available. I want to use that object here. Whenever the account record has been getting created successfully, then I want to create the related case, contact record. Okay? Now, in this case, let's verify. I would like to add the conditions. If the account record is in active status, okay, if the account record is in active status, rating is hard, then only I want to create the contact record. I want to cross check these conditions here. Check the eligibility conditions. Okay, check the eligibility conditions. I want to verify inside my account record whether the account record is in active or not. I want to cross check that. Account record active status. Active status value equals to the pick list value yes or not. Along with that, I want to cross check the condition. One more condition, I am adding that. Now inside my account object, I want to verify the rating field value. Account rating field value is equals to hot or not. If the record is active, and then if the account rating value is equals to hot, then only I would like to create the respective contact record. Now both the conditions has to be get met. Now click on save button. Now what you want to do? Immediately I want to create a case record. So now click on add action. Go to the immediate actions section Click on add action. Now tell me what you want to do right now. What is the action that you want to do right now? Create a record. Okay, click on create a record. So now I would like to specify that here. Action name. Create related contact. Okay. Now the record type. So what is that record type you want to create here? I want to create that account record, contact record here. I want to create a contact record. Whenever I'm creating the contact record, inside my contact object, there is a mandatory field that is indicating that last name is a mandatory field. Now, what is the value you want to supply for this one? Without supplying the value, it won't create the contact record. Then what we can do? Now, I want to pass the value. What value? I want to get that account records name value. That means reference. I want to go to my account object, get the value of that account record name. So that here, select the type as field reference. You will be having that field reference. Which field value you would like to collect now? Name field value. From which object? Account object. So click on that, the lookup icon. Now select the object here. Now the object is account. From this account object, I would like to collect that name field value. What are the values available inside my account record name field? That value I would like to store inside my last name field. Okay? Clear? Now I want to add some more columns over here. Now I would like to specify inside my contact I'm having that phone field. Phone. I want to select that phone field. I want to select that phone field. Now the business phone. Okay, business phone. Now I would like to collect the value from my account. In my account object here, whatever the phone number value you have entered, I would like to copy that phone number I want to place inside this. Account records, phone field value. Okay, account phone. Don't type that information manually because it won't accept that. Suppose if I'm giving like as normal account.name, it won't accept. Okay, we have to follow this syntax here. Okay, better to select that options directly in the process builder. I want to collect that, the facts field value also. Business facts. Now I want to collect the value from my account only here. In my account object, I'm having the facts field. Account of facts. Click on choose. Along with that, I want to add. Now what is that one more? We need to pass what? Now, for example, I'm passing last name value and then phone number, fax number I'm supplying. Now, I need to pass one more what? Account record ID. So now let's go to that field here. Inside this field, account ID field. In this account ID field, we need to collect the value. From where? Field reference. I would like to collect. What value would like to collect from account object? I would like to get that ID field value. Okay, that is nothing but account ID. Okay, account ID field value. I'm getting that account ID value and that value I'm placing inside my account ID field of your contact record. Once you're mapping the value from account to contact, now click on save button. Okay, now click on save button. So this is the mapping that I have done. Account record name to the last name field, account record phone to the business phone, account record fax to the business fax, account records ID to that account ID field of my contact. These are the contact fields. These are the account fields. I'm getting that value. I'm placing inside this. Okay. Now click on save button. Okay. Now click on save button. So now we have added that action over here. Okay. Now we have added that action also inside this. Now, once you are done with adding the action, now click on activate that. Click on activate. Click on confirm. Now my process is in active status right now. From now onwards, whenever I'm creating the account record, I would like to create the respective contact record also. Okay. Let's see. Now let's test that process here. Create a new account record. I'm indicating that. So now the process test account record. Okay. Now, process test account record. Type value I'm indicating as customer channel, industry some chemicals, annual revenue some value, rating I'm indicating as heart, phone number I'm entering some value, fax number I'm entering some value, and the website and the ownership value, customer priority, active status. Okay. Now here both the conditions are matching. Rating is equals to heart, and then active status should be yes. Okay, both are matching. Then only the related contact record has to be get created. Now click on save button. As soon as once you click on save, account record has been created successfully. It is creating a related contact record also automatically. Whatever the last name, account record name is available. With that name, it is creating the respective contact record by passing the account record name into the last name field, by passing the phone number value and the fax number value also. This is related to the account also. Now this is a related account here, contact record. Okay, clear? Suppose, for example, if I am creating an account record which is not matching with these conditions, testing account 2. Type value I am supplying, industry, annual revenue, rating I am indicating as 1. Phone number I have supplied some value. Fax number. Website field value, ownership. I am making the customer priority as high, active status as yes. That means one condition has been satisfied, second condition is failed. Now in this case, will the related contact record will be created through process? No. Once you click on save, account record has been created successfully. When you go to the contact, there is no related contact here. Because the conditions has been failed, so it won't create the related contact record inside that account. Okay? This is how not only sending the email notifications, we can create the related child records also with the help of process builder. Okay? So in the next session, we'll see some more examples here on this process builder. Okay, how can we synchronize the data from child to parent, parent to child also.